maybe a small recap, as we have spun these 16 mini skeins over the course of the month of December. So that's almost 1 skein per 2 days. Can we keep up the pace? Happy New Year, my guys, my gals, my non-binary pals. It is January 1st, 2024. However, when you're seeing this, it's probably like February or something, but still a Happy New Year. New Year's resolutions, maybe? Craft more. That's number 1 priority on the list. Every year, craft more. And you know, a 100 days spindle spinning challenge is just the way to keep us focused on our New Year's resolutions, right? Let's continue this series, shall we, with actually day 32 or day 31 if you want to discount Christmas Eve. But another New Year's resolution is also to be more mild, more kind to myself. So it could be that I might skip a few more days than I did in December. For me personally, right now, I did the entirety of December. I'm quite proud of it. But my goal right now is more having a sweater quantity of yarn rather than actually spinning the 100 days consecutively. It's a great framework to achieve my sweater quantity of spindle spun yarn, that's for sure. But I'm not going to be very rigid about it. I'm not going to punish myself if I not spin a day. I hope you won't either. Anyway, January 1st, we're not going to skip January 1st. As you see, we're going to spin. I didn't film it, so you will have to blindly believe me on my word, but yesterday I finished the bird's nest on this spindle. As it was Epiphany, I prioritized spending quality time with my family over putting on the camera, and I am 100% sure that you will forgive me for that. Let's make the second single so we can ply them together and make one beautiful mini skein of yarn. Oh, and up until now, but I know it's only day 7, my shoulder and my neck aren't playing up again. So that's great. That's fantastic even, I would say. I know that some of you over on Instagram are also participating in the 100 days of spindle spinning challenge. How is it going for you thus far? Oh my god. I hope better than this. You know, my December vlog of this challenge hasn't been published yet as of today, so I still don't have any help from you guys in possible topics to talk about, so you know, this is hard. I mean, I just want to spin the thing, but that's probably boring as hell. I mean, that's probably boring as hell for you to watch, not for me to do. Spinning is Literally never boring. Hi, it's January 9th and yes, my Christmas tree is still standing. Why isn't yours? Anyway, I'm just checking in to tell you that I have finished plying the 2 singles that I have spun over the course of January so far. 16 skeins in January seems a bit far-fetched now that I only have 1 skein done on January 9th, but this is... my spindle almost can't handle it. Beyonce would be able to handle it, she can handle it, but my spindle can't. So, you know, that kind of makes up for me taking 9 days to make it. The first spindle spun skein of 2024. If you thought women could do things at the same time, I can apparently not cook and spin at the same time. Wir möchten zusammen Volleyball spielen. So, day 14, eh? Which means we're already halfway January now. Going good, going good. I've been maybe a little bit absent in filming the past couple of days, but I have been sick. I had the flu and stomach flu and the UTI, and I'm sorry, this was probably too much information. But now you know, I was feeling like hell. But I'm better now. Still have a little bit of a sore throat, but we're managing. Not managing the spindle. It's like whenever the yarn gets a little bit too thick, it just does that, and I am frustrated by it. I am not going to hide it. This frustrates me. Speaking of managing, you may notice a red substance next to me. This is a future project because, of course, if I have to, well, I don't have to, but if I want to put out a video every week, then I am most certainly working on multiple projects at the same time. Just for very practical reasons, I cannot be a monogamous crafter. So right now I am working next to this 100-day spindle spinning challenge project, also already on 2 knitting projects for videos that you may or may not have already watched. I try when I plan for my content to... Come on, goddammit, I had such a frustrating hour making videos for the history hikers, and now the spinning is also not working. Oh my god, I just want to throw everything at the wall. I try whenever I'm planning my content to have both like bigger and smaller projects so that I can work multiple days or multiple weeks on one, but also have some small projects to intersperse and to actually have a video every week. Especially when you're sick and actually everything you just want to do at that moment is lie down in the sofa and relax and be semi-dead.
Hi, it is a small moment before I have to go to work, but I'll show you. Yesterday I finished the second skein, and I also started on the third one. This is the first single, and I'm going to pair it with some bright yellow. I'm still having quite the morning voice and the morning head, but getting an early start.
Hi, it is snowing in Belgium. I know this is quite a rare occasion. I think it's the first time in 10 years that we actually got like 10 centimeters of snow in a day. For a lot of you guys, that's probably peanuts, but here it is rather rare. And as you see, I'm being thoroughly snowed upon. But all my hand-spun garments are keeping me warm and dry. Wearing a hand-spun hat, hand-spun scarf, hand-spun gloves. Yeah, you know, to survive winters like this, let's spin some more. So, we're back in Hasselt, and that can only mean one thing. Yes, we are going crafting again, just like last month. I am wearing my silly pixie hood just because I have this habit. Whenever I finish something, I just want to show it to the world, however silly it might be. And so I finished this morning. You will have seen that video, I think, last week. I can attest to the fact that it is quite warm because right now it's a snowy day. Anyway, let's go crafting.
Been ramping up a bit of speed, it seems. Took me more days to finish one skein than it took me now to almost finish 3 more skeins, because this is the second single of our 4th mini skein. Yesterday during the craft get together I started and finished the first, and I started and am almost finished with the second. Almost like a proverbial diesel engine, even though I was going pretty strong in December, so I don't know what happened in the beginning of January. It's about the quality, not the quantity, even though the quality probably isn't all that great either. You know, Chaos Goblin, Chaos Goblins. That's just a fact. Also, speaking of Goblin, outfit check. Yesterday I got this skirt at the second-hand vintage shop, and could it be more Goblin core? I mean, it could, but I probably wouldn't be able to find it for €4. It has these antler buttons, leaf, deer. It's from Hammerschmidt Sportive Trachtenmode, and their wool skirts go for like 200 to 300 euros on their website. 4. I paid 4. This makes my inner goblin so happy. It is the 21st of January 2024, which means that we have been spinning on this 100 days spindle spinning challenge for over 50 days. We're over halfway, and we're also through our first batch of birds' nests. So we're going to make some more. Did I actually tell you about the wool we're spinning? Because we're spinning two different types of wool, or two different breeds of sheep. This one over here, I'm going to show you the visual differences between them because it will make a lot clearer for you guys about the breeds. This over here is Flemish sheep, you know, the breed that I spin most often. And this is Belgian Milksheep, which, as you can see, or especially over here, has a very, very fine crimp. The crimp on this is not as fine, but this is a very luscious, I don't know, they're both feeling super soft, but this is a different kind of softness. Like, I would wear both against my skin, but as is evident from a lot of my videos, I'm not very sensitive to what other people might find itchy yarn because the micron for this sheep, or well, not this particular sheep, but this breed, and then a bit of fluff that I had, was tested at 27 microns. I don't know about Belgian Milksheep. I would say, just by visually comparing the two, it might be a little bit finer. It's also logic because the crimp is finer. Finer microns mostly have finer crimp. But it is funny because Belgian Milksheep is a breed that was made by just mixing all of Belgium's Milksheep, Belgian Milksheep, in which there was Flemish sheep. So this is like an ancestor of this. But it is of course also the case that in Belgium the sheep aren't necessarily bred for their wool anymore. That's mostly secondary or like tertiary means of the sheep. The sheep of whom I use the wool are just grazers. They're grazing. They're grazing a nature reserve. That's their primary function. And then, well, they need to be shorn every year, and then there is wool. It is maybe also important to note, especially for this very fine crimp wool that I'm working with, that some of the sheep in the flock are crossbred with merino. So that could also be why some of the Belgian sheep fleeces are looking like this. And it's maybe not a characteristic of the sheep itself. I should have something like the Fleece and Fiber source book, but I don't yet, emphasis on yet. So I don't know whether this is a characteristic of the Belgian Milksheep itself, or because it was crossbred with a merino. So I don't know if I was entirely clear about my wool, but what I was trying to say is I am working both with Flemish sheep and Belgian Milksheep, but it is not the case that they are being actively crossbred with merino. It is the case that some of them have a merino ancestor, and that can come up in the wool more prominently with some sheep as with others. I think this is also Belgian Milksheep. As you can see, it doesn't look like this sheep just put a waffle iron on their wool in the 90s, but it's a lot less curlier, crimpier than the Flemish sheep. So I'm trying to say, you guys oftentimes ask me very technical questions, but I'm a chaos goblin, so it is all your own fault that I'm giving these chaotic answers. Live with it. Okay, I've got another box full. I think that is plenty to continue for the rest of January and hopefully also February. I just tried to carry too much inside at the same time. And I'm gutted to say that I dropped my spinning ball. I'm going to try and see if this works, if I can fix it in any way. Oh, this is making me incredibly sad. So it's been a couple of hours. My ball feels pretty sturdy again, but there is of course only one way to know, is by actually testing it. Bad lighting is my part, but I only have a couple of minutes before work because I have this event I have to take pictures for my work for, and that's probably going to last until 10 or 11 o'clock this evening. So the only moment I have to spin today is like these 5 minutes of time before I have to leave to work. Let's take full advantage of those and stop babbling. Or babble and spin at the same time. While I was combing my extra fiber a couple of days ago, I was simultaneously looking at a video from Stitches and Starlight about how she cards her fiber, and that made me inspired to triple card, like really diligently card the comb ends, like the weights of all the combing. And goddamn, this is some deliciously prepped fiber. Since it is like scrap wool, waste wool, it is quite a textured prep, but it's going really, really smooth. I like it. Okay, now that you are all set up and ready, I'm going to get set up and ready as well. See you in a minute. I know, I'm suffering from this terrible condition called helmet head. Symptoms are a red line on your forehead and very fluffy, untamed hair. Anyway, it's January 31st. The second month of our 100 days spindle spinning challenge is over. Now, You will have gathered from seeing the previous how many minutes that I have not been as prolific as I was in December. We have, as of now, 6 finished mini skeins. That's 10 less than last time. But, you know, They're all still in the same yellow tonal range, going to fit quite nicely. I do have an idea in mind of what I want to make, so stay tuned for that. That will probably be something in March, I guess. Next to these 6 finished mini skeins, I also have still 2 singles on 2 spindles. Am I going to count them as a 7th skein? Do we have 7 skeins finished? No, we don't. I mean, 6.5. Let's say 6.5 skeins. The main thing I am over the moon excited about is the fact that my spinning ball isn't completely broken. You have seen this vlog that, especially at the end, I have been support spindle spinning only just because I am so happy that I still have my ball. You know, small moments of happiness. 2 months, that means that 2/3, give or take, of our challenge is done. On my last vlog, someone asked if maybe the first 30 days are the hardest. The quantity of finished yarns shows that I actually had more difficulty spinning this month in January. But on the other hand, I found more joy in just being myself in front of the camera, keeping it real, being authentic. Like, I don't know if you like it, but I had fun doing it. I think a lot more than the previous month. I felt a lot less awkward, a lot less like, I don't know what to say. You know, it doesn't matter what I say or if I say anything at all. This is just a chaos vlog. I can be my chaos goblin self. And I think you will appreciate it, that I do. My prediction for February, however, is that I'm probably going to spin even less, as the busiest time of year is coming for my day job. I have quite a lot of days already in my agenda that I will have to work in the evening or like an entire weekend. I hope this also doesn't interfere with my other regularly scheduled videos, but we'll see, it's just the way it is. It will happen the way it will happen. Anyway, if you like these kind of fiber shenanigans, then maybe you could like, comment or subscribe, but of course that is all up to you. And as for me, I will see you in a next video. But before I do, maybe there is this spinning playlist that you might like. Bye.